Welcome to Olympian Cares, giving you the best in water testing and analysis. Today we're looking at VOCs and we're seeing, are they in your drinking water? Now this is something to take note of because this is not region specific. If you're in a rural area, they can be there, or in a city. So areas like Queens, Manhattan, Westchester, definitely want to make sure that these are not in your drinking water. So what are they? They stand for volatile organic compounds, and they're a group of chemicals increasingly found in drinking water that can cause a range of health effects, and that includes cancer. They're very, very dangerous, and they're everywhere. They are found from industry, agriculture, transportation, day-to-day household products. So literally anything you can think of. The products in your kitchen sink probably have VOCs, and the issue is once these chemicals get into groundwater and they contaminate it, they are difficult to remove. So we're going to go over all the information on VOCs so you can understand what to do and protect your water and also get the best water testing and analysis. Remember, it's not limited to specific areas or a specific demographic like a city or a rural area. So keep that in mind. What are volatile organic compounds, VOCs? They are carbon-containing compounds with properties that allow them to easily evaporate and move between air, soil, surface water, and groundwater. And they're very, very versatile. They can move in different types of elements. And we encounter VOCs all the time in daily life as additives in gasoline paints, varnishes, cleaners, but you don't want them in your water. Many familiar chemical-related smells like a freshly painted wall or an uncapped permanent marker are actually scents caused by VOC. So if you take off your marker, that's a scent caused by a VOC. You sometimes could smell that or kind of reminisce of that marker that you took off that you were, drawing something with, and permanent markers have that smell. That's from a VOC, and they have several commercial and industrial uses, including manufacturing automobiles, electronics, and plastic. Almost everything we use, maybe even things you're using right now. According to 2006, the U.S. Geological Survey study said 90 of 98 aquifers nationwide tested positive for at least one VOC. And I see that as a big problem. As I mentioned, these areas, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Westchester, Staten Island, Long Island, there are definitely VOCs somewhere there. But how do you know? What do you do? So how do they even get into the water? Well, VOCs can easily dissolve and leach into groundwater, and most VOCs are found in drinking water or caused by human activity. This is caused by us, and the commonly detected VOC groups are THMs, like chloroform, which are disinfectant byproducts that come from recycling. You can have PCE, known as triphenylene, which is a solvent found in dry cleaning products, adhesives, spot removers, typewriter correction fluid, shoe polish, a lot of different products, and MTBE, a gasoline additive that can contaminate groundwater through leaks in the leaking underground fuel storages. So they can get into water quite easily because they're in so many products. But the big question now we have is, how do you detect VOCs in water? We know they're everywhere around us. We know they're in 90 out of 98 aquifers. What do we do? Many VOCs produce an odor in water, so that is one way to detect it. It gives us a sweet gasoline or chemical-like smell. It's quite distinct, as I talked about markers before. The high concentrations may also result in iridescent oily sheen and oil on your water. However, oftentimes disinfectant byproducts cause no changes to the water smell, so that's not always a given. You may watch us and say, well, my water doesn't smell funny. No VOCs, right? Well, think about this. 90 out of 98 aquifers have them. Not everybody's smelling something that is reminiscent of that, the appearance or taste at all. So it could be like lead, completely undetectable. So contacting your local utility, public health department is a first step to finding out what contaminants may be in your drinking water or distribution system. However, testing is the only way to know the actual concentration of VOCs in your water. That's why it's always imperative to get your water tested, especially for the VOCs. As I said, they can cause a lot of problems. They're prevalent everywhere, and not only that, but they can cause all problems up to cancer. Now, they are in city water, they're in well water that can come from plastic pipes, and you can see there are a lot of bad health effects that come from this. So it's always a good idea to get your water tested, whether you're in a city area, whether you're in a rural area, whether you're in Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Long Island, wherever you're at, get your water tested for VOCs. It's going to be good because you'll be on the safe side. It's always a smart idea to get professional water testing and analysis, especially for things like VOCs that are prevalent everywhere and could be in your drinking water.